to Sisterhood Connection. This is Michelle.
And Erica. And again, ladies, we are back for another great episode. And this time it's all about us. It's all about us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, girl. It's been a roller coaster of a week.
It has
few
been.
days.
Absolutely.
You know, just kind of been just emotions all over the place. That's why we need self-care.
Oh my, yes, ma'am. Last week we did what? Movie reviews. And then, nope. Did we do movie review? No, Bizarre and Unique Week. Y'all see these 50s coming out? You see it? Bizarre and Unique Week. Before that, we did movie reviews. So this week,
she's bizarre. She's a weirdo.
This week, we're taking care of ourselves.
Absolutely. But girl, before we do that, I know you're not a big sports person, but everybody in the U.S. knows about what happened with the NFL draft.
Yes.
And Mr. Sanders' son, Shedeur, am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yep.
Shedeur. And how did he get dropped down to the 5th round when he was expected to go earlier in the picking? What happened? I don't know what happened, but
okay. Now this is the thing. Okay, it's not a lot to unpack, but it's a reasoning for everything. You know, they put that out, but you know, the expectation was that he's going to be a first round draft pick. That's just everybody knew that.
Right. And he behaved like a first round draft pick. Girl, you see the chain he went and okay. Leave the kids alone. Leave the kids alone.
Yeah,
but y'all
leave the young man alone. Leave the young man alone.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but anyway, so like the expectation, of course, I have to cough. He was expected to be the first round draft pick. And when it did not come that way, boy, the internet was on fire. Yeah. Then the question is it because of who his father is? Is it because he's not qualified? I even heard questions about like, because he's only had really his dad as a coach, would he be coachable?
Right.
And I'm like, okay. I can see the point, but then you see the talent. So
listen,
come on now.
Dad has to do. I'm sorry I cut you off. Dad has to do something right. Dad has to know what he's doing. This man numbers speak for himself. You may not like his personality. I've always said this. And it's not that I dislike him. I love Deion. He'll always be an Atlanta Falcon to me. But anyway, it's just like I've always said about some people. Your president. I can dislike a person and still respect you at the same time. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. I may not like you. I may not like, you know what? We don't vibe. I don't like nothing about you. But if you tell me exactly who you are, this is who I am, this is what I stand by, take it or leave it, I gotta respect that. Because you're upfront about it. I may not agree with it, but hey, you let everybody know this is who I am, take it or leave it. And his confidence
his confidence is like through the roof. The dad, Deion, I was like, what is his name? And I was like, well, his confidence is through the roof. And you have whatever. I knew she was going to do it. But his confidence is through the roof. So raising your children in that air, they're going to have that confidence. They're going to grow with that confidence. And it's like, how can you can't stop anyone from hating on your life.
Right.
That's just what they're doing.
Right. And you should teach your kids that, especially you should teach your kids that, period, because this world don't give a crap about nobody. I mean, it is what it is. Once you're, released in this world, once you're an adult and you said you're ready to step out in this world, woo, put your big girl up.
It's just something when we say, because that's something I'm like chewing on myself just for right now. When we are releasing or letting go or they're stepping out into the world, people make up the world. So if people adjust themselves, then the world can be much better, can be much, not easier, but it can be better if there are some adjustments with people.
People are not going to check themselves. They're always going to be, that's because of this, because of that. The only reason is because this happened and now I'm feeling the brunt of this stuff. Nobody's ever going to okay. The word is accountability. If we all just sit back, like me and Michelle, I do it often. I do it a lot. It's like, things aren't going right and I react certain ways. It's like, wait, let me take a step back and let me check. Let me, is this, some of this could have been my fault? Could I have handled it a different way? Could I have made another decision, for a different outcome. You know what I mean? But let me check me first. 99% of the people in this world are not going to do that.
Saying in the dream world of dreams, could people be more accountable? Could people, like, because we both do it. Check me.
Yes. This time, child.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe that means people need more friends like us. How about that? Join the Sisterhood Nation. Not the Sisterhood Nation. Yes. Smoke signals.
Same thing. No matter. We're here. Just click, subscribe, share, like, do all of that.
All of that. And like I just said, send some smoke signals, send some little writings on the wall. Do what you need to do. Whatever. Stick with us. You'll go places. Right. Believe me.
Right.
Yeah. We done got so off topic.
But Shedeur, I do wish him the best. I do think his father knows exactly what he's doing. He's been in this arena. He's broken records. He knows he knows the politics that goes into this. And I'm just speaking firsthand, just on the tennis side of it. I can only imagine. So yeah, his dad is like, listen, I know what to teach my kids, and anybody that think differently, the proof is in the numbers. You can hate on him all you want to. All I want Mr. Shedeur to do, which I know he can do, and I know his father is going to teach him and continue to guide him to do, when you get out there on this field in the professional arena, shut him down.
Yep.
That's it. Don't open your mouth. Don't say a word. Don't complain. Just put it on the field and let them know, this is why you should have picked me.
Exactly.
Round.
Exactly. All the talk, bump the talk. It's nothing to talk about.
Let that
the
football
arm is going to do all the talking. The moves is going to do all the talking. The skill, the talent. Because when you know what you're facing, you're in control.
Right.
You know what you're facing.
And as far as the coach's son with the prank call, bring the little boy to me. Bring me the boy.
Right. Bring me the boy. Now, the question is, the questions have been, should the Falcons have to, discipline the father for the son? Should he have been fired, the father, for his son's actions because of how did he get access to that phone number? What type of discipline is or should the son face? That's in the air. And do you think they're going to protect the son? Which you probably already started. Just saying. Oh, I should have had my drink.
You should have. You probably should have had something stronger than this. But I'm trying to keep my little Christian side of my mouth together this week. Sorry, y'all, for talking with the cup over my mouth.
This week.
This is a day-by-day journey, y'all. But no, I think that the son, they're. I guarantee you, they will likely make him issue or force him to issue a public apology. Well, there you go. And that's about it. Don't do it no more.
Yes.
Don't do that no more.
And I'm like, how? It's okay. Pranks, that's why I think in this age of social media, pranks are a bit too much. And you're going too far. Because you went snooping, I guess, allegedly. I don't know how you got the phone number. But you got the phone number and you called and you knew something. Oh, this would be just fun to call some person I don't know.
About his life. We're not talking about this a prank. You're talking about this man's livelihood. You're talking about his dreams. You're talking about everything he's worked for since he was a little boy.
Yep. And the thing is, going back to what we said earlier, because of the parents he's had, Shedeur Sanders, his response has been above board.
Yes. I'm proud of him, and I'm going to stick by him. We're going to support him and watch him and support him throughout the season coming up. And they're also boycotting, as far I believe, purchasing his jersey or things or whatever for his clothing or whatever. They're not going through the NFL. They're going through his website, Shedeur's website.
I saw a little something about that, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. I see you, and I agree. Right. I agree. So anyway, girl, let's jump into this self-help. Let's just
yes. When life
we
is
all
life
need it, ladies. Yes. I mean, well, you know what? I gotta say this. I commend you. You had a situation that happened where you lost your fur baby.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not, it was a shock, and I'm so sorry because little Gia is Michelle's Giants, or was Michelle's little giant schnauzer. I have giant schnauzer.
I was going to say giant in her mind.
Michelle's mini
Miniature.
schnauzer.
Yes, it
See
was a
how
mini
this
schnauzer.
goes? She has the miniature schnauzers. I have the giant schnauzers, but either way, we have this whole schnauzer family.
Yes.
And she lost little Gia unexpectedly. So we do.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. However, her self-care was amazing. I'm just got to lead off. Your self-care was amazing. You being the mother that you are, you decided, let's just take a quick getaway, I should say.
There you go.
And just to get away and have a moment and talk about it and get, see some things. And so kudos to you. And I'm so sorry. I'm a little Gia. I really am. So.
Yeah, because that was, I think, a lot of times when things occur that are unexpected, you need to remove yourself from the atmosphere or the environment that all of that occurred in. And if you are able, because a lot of times people, spontaneity, it goes out the window because I have to plan this and I have to do that. But sometimes bump everything and just go.
Pick up and
in
go.
this instance, to me, it's more important that I pick up, let's go, and let's get a whole new environment, get a whole new scenery, just something to not necessarily get your mind off of it, but to get some fresh air, some different, things that come into your mind. So it's not just you're sitting around in that space just stuck. And it's important to just get out.
Sorry. And that's the thing. Sometimes, or most of the times, just getting away. Your mind. Even if, for me, even if it's just a car ride. I mean, luckily I live, well, I should say I'm blessed enough to live close to the ocean. So it's nothing. Be hating. We all have our own blessings.
Here she go. Y'all see this, right? Y'all catching what she throwing? Okay.
No, but even if it's just getting in the car and just riding down A1A and just, even it's just the smell of the ocean, the view of the ocean. Sometimes you can hear the way it does kind of take you away from anything that may be stressing you at the moment, or even if it's just something to calm your mind. So, just like you said, just getting away and having a different atmosphere. And I mean, you're always going to have troubles. I mean, it's been written. Listen, we're going to have trials and tribulations. There's no way around it. But how do you get through it? What do
you do? Yeah, to take care of you. Like, you have journaling you started, doing more. And, writing stuff out and doing things like that. Going one-on-one to do stuff. Well, going by yourself to do different things. I'll go start baking and doing some stuff just to, get your mind out of everything that can happen. And you just get into your zone, tune everything out. And then I picture me at the beach.
I'll start recording for you.
No, ma'am. I don't want your little raggedy recordings.
And this is why.
I want to put my toe. Well, I really don't want to put my toes in the sand because you can have sand crabs, sand spiders. And no, thank you. I put my flip-flops in the sand. Just saying. Did I show you the picture from Jamaica when the little crab came out of the sand when we were putting, when you bury people in the sand? And the little crab just came out of the sand.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah. All that. I'm not, no, thank you. No more bare feet.
Well, your feet still in there. I mean, the shoes are very thin. They can penetrate. Okay. Well, I'm not one to, say it from the woman who's not actually ever in the water.
You know what? If the water is clear, then okay, let's go in the, no, not even to your knees. Okay. Well, for those of you who find other things to do, other places to go, other types of self-care, what type of self-care do you participate in?
What do you do? But try getting away. Just try, even if it's over. Not, girl, you never know what a one night stay in your local hotel will do. Just like you said, leaving your atmosphere you're in, even if it's just, what, I need to just step away, pack an overnight bag. I'm going down to the hotel down the street.
Yep. Even if you, let's say you're not able to go anywhere for whatever reason, then in your place, in your abode, in your home, in your whatever, create a space that is off limits.
Yep. That's all.
Make it known, off limits. Throw some bowls. This is off limits.
Listen, ladies, one thing I have learned. Girl, I saw one thing. I saw one of the reels, and I meant to save it and, send it to you, but somehow got distracted. But it was talking about menopause. But this time someone made a little reel about the positives of menopause, perimenopause. And I'm like, well, there's nothing positive. I want to see this. And literally it was pretty much being able to say no without giving a reason why. They mentioned enjoying, that was my next one, enjoying your own company, not caring about what others think about you. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, you do. Okay, I get what you're saying. Because literally it's like, okay, what is wrong with me? And it's like, oh no, you're just going through a phase, but it's amazing because you don't care what anybody, I don't care what you think. I don't care what y'all thinking about me
your
right
boundaries
now.
and don't care who has a problem with your boundaries. And that's something I'm like, oh, yeah.
That was, I know it was a fourth one, and it was the boundaries. Having your set boundaries and not and being unapologetical.
Girl, oh my, I love it. I love it. I love these new words. Apologetical. Bally. We're going to go swing on swings in Bally.
Ladies.
Yeah. Another positive for menopause is you create your own vocabulary words.
You do. And stand by.
I think that's a good one. I like apologetical.
That's it. But yeah, get away, ladies. But ladies, I want y'all to enjoy Bali. I really do.
Yes, enjoy Bali.
But can y'all post more photos besides that same swing in your dress?
You know what? That's similar to, I was thinking about that. That's similar to like the pictures in Greece. Because you get this flowy dress and then they take the picture. And I'm like, it's really pretty.
Very gorgeous. Really pretty. Ladies are amazing. I'm like, I want one. But I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, I'm like, there's more to Bali than the swing.
No, don't they have the monkeys, a lot of monkeys and stuff? Or is that somewhere? Am I thinking somewhere else? I don't know. Okay. I'm going to keep that in. I'm going to take that one back because I have no clue. Never been to Bali.
Michelle would be going to Bali to let us know.
No, Michelle won't. No, Michelle will not be doing
monkeys.
Bali.
I'm not going.
No,
I'm struggling with the lizards. No, I'm not going to the monkeys.
That is not a place for me. That is not one on my list of places to go. Bali is not one.
I got you. But literally, whatever works for you guys, you ladies, just get away. That's one way of self-care.
What's some other ways?
One I have learned to thoroughly enjoy. Please learn to enjoy your own company.
Yes. Yep.
That's it. Just don't worry. Enjoy your own company. Enjoy your own company. It was like, here's the thing. I thought I was enjoying my own company because I have no problem jumping in the car. And y'all, that's my other self-care, is the retail therapy, but we all know that. So I have no problem jumping in the car and just going to look at things. And as long as I'm moving around, but as soon as I'm like, oh, I feel hungry, I would go grab something so I can take it with me because I don't want to sit there by myself. People are going to look at me because I'm by myself. Are they going to feel sorry for me? Or are they going to think something's wrong with me? Am I upset? So I was just self-conscious.
Well, I asked, can I sit in the middle of the floor?
This would put me out front and center stage, front of everybody.
And the thing is, I think, because, typically I am introverted. Shut up. Typically I do, not all that out there stuff. So in order to push the boundaries, in order to push me, it's okay, I'm going to make myself go out on, one-on-one. I just do that all the time. I still do it.
If y'all want to, okay.
Whatever. I enjoy spending time with me.
Introvert, I will a little bit. I'll give you, but not really doing what you say. You don't really do adventurous.
No, not a lot. Not really. Not to the point of like bungee jumping and swinging off stuff. No,
I'm trying to control my eyes and take a sip, but every time you say something, I'm like, this the same girl was hollering about. Not bungee jumping. Did you mention bungee jumping at one point?
No, at one point I wanted to skydive. That has changed.
Skydive. Oh,
at one point I did, but that has changed.
That was yesterday.
Y'all make me so sick. But anywho, no. So doing stuff. Don't you choke because I'm going to get the soda. Whatever. I'm saying. Doing the things on your own.
You make me spray coffee all over this camera lens. I
promise you. That will be the laugh of the century. I guarantee you that will never go away.
I just can't do it. I'm like, when you called me talking about, we went whitewater rafting, and she's telling me all about it and I'm just stuck on, you went whitewater. She can't swim for one.
I had on the vest. I had on the safety jacket thing and a very experienced guide. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I got one. I think it was a comedian.
What?
About certain things, and I'm not being racist by any means, but certain things Black people really don't do. Not being racist.
You can't. I did it. I did. We did.
Here's what. This is what he brought up, African safaris and stuff. Yeah, we don't really do
on safari.
See what I mean? She's not admitting.
No, wait. Listen.
What she does? Listen, Linda. Thank you for turning in this week. Turning in this week. What are we talking about next week? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Linda, listen. We are going. Okay, when I say the African safari, I am not talking about in those wide open spaces where the lions and the cougars and whatever they are out there, cheetahs, are out there climbing onto the Jeep and sitting there chilling. No.
They're opening the doors. I saw the video. Just open the door.
Yes. I'm like, no.
But okay.
So the ones that will be completely enclosed, yes, I would love to see a beautiful African elephant right there in my face. I would love to see that. That is just gorgeous.
That's a zoo. That's a zoo.
No, they don't have wild.
Yes.
No. I can't stand her.
She's talking about just come down here to Lion Country Safari. They are enclosed.
No.
You drive through.
No. Well, because they have one in they have one here, the Wild Kingdom Safari, whatever it's called down 85. But there weren't any elephants, and I want to see one in the wild, a organic, natural, eat off the trees, all that stuff. Yes, I don't want to see Grant Park Zoo. Look, no.
They got a channel called Nat Geo.
I cannot with her. I cannot. No.
Okay, we've been silly. No, I get it. Yeah. You are a lot more adventurous than us. But again, if that's your self-care, that's her self-care. That's what she enjoys. I'm not one for wildlife and adventures. I mean, I don't mind a nice walk through a historic town, museums, cafes, shopping district. Just saying.
They said my adventure is going shopping at 2:00 instead of 10:00. That's as adventurous as I am getting. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Nice food. And finish up with a nice glass of wine or two, or sangria or two. You know what I mean?
No, the Mexican restaurant that was in that we went to this past weekend, they had a frozen the sangria mix. It was like a blood orange mixed with blood orange margarita mixed with their something sangria. I said no, this is not what this trip is for. No, not doing it.
She didn't call me. I would have been like, we could have done it virtually. Just, yes, I would like to order. Take a sip.
You know what?
Tell me, how does it taste? Is it smooth? Okay, we'll keep drinking and keep talking.
No, because the restaurant, they really had good food though. But I just was like, when you said wine and sangria, I'm like, I'm going back.
Yes.
And maybe my own little personal, again, like by myself thing, because I will do it.
Yes. When I tell you it is the best thing, ladies, listen, just get away. The journaling, I think I mentioned earlier in this season, I know it's just, almost May, the end of April. We were going to, do things, go on a journey or find something. And journaling became one of mine. I used to journal a lot, not like Michelle. She would take it to a whole nother level.
Yes.
Y'all remember, I gotta say it, y'all remember them little Avon calendars? You remember back in the day in the 70s and 80s and maybe early 90s, the little Avon calendars with the little squares and all that stuff. My mom would put coupons in it, and I, this would tell you day by day what happened that day. You could go back to June 15, 1986, and she could flip through it. I can tell you exactly what happened. And then what we feel, and I'm like, how do you put your fat writing in these little bitty squares?
My pen. I gotta find my pen. It would be my little, when I say you getting close, because I need to get everything, and then I would draw lines to separate, okay, this is what I did in the morning, this is stuff in the afternoon, talked to so-and-so, went to so-and-so, because I could literally tell you that day what I did. So if we hung out that day, you're going to know what you did as well, because it's going to be like a computer. Literally like a computer. My mind would just lock it in.
You was ahead of your time. There's apps for this type stuff now. There was a
And
shoot.
yeah, but if the app goes down, then what? But I don't do it anymore. I stopped doing that many years ago. But
Yeah.
that was something that I could do, and I thought it was the greatest thing. But journaling, I love that thought of
Journaling is
the
amazing.
journaling of it.
Yeah. I got away from it. It was just kind of like, yeah, okay. And
Yeah.
then it's like, you know what? The way things are going, you start thinking back of things that brought you joy, things that brought you comfort or peace, or or at least a peace of mind. And I thought about, I used to read a lot, used to journal a lot, at least daily, sometimes twice a day. But my journals were like color purple. Dear God, today I went to.
Dear God, it's me, Margaret. Yeah.
It's been what? I'm just saying. I mean, and it was like whatever was going on in my mind, or whatever was bothering me, or whatever brought me brought me happiness, whatever. But it helps. It does work. Another one I've learned too is take a step back and stop reacting to everything. But it's a little more difficult.
You can't fight everybody. I mean, everybody's gonna. The one thing, like I said earlier, the one thing you have to well, for me, I'll just clarify. For me, the one thing that I know is if I understand I have control over how I respond to you. You can go left, right. You can go all the places and say all the things that you choose to say at the moment. And it's up to me to allow you to be able to move me out of my state of peace, calm, or whatever the case may be. That's completely on me. You don't have that much power in you to make me move out of that place if I choose not to. Now, if I choose to, hey, whatever. It is what it is. But other than that,
yeah, I've learned, to just, stop reacting to every, because right now in this stage, this phase that I'm experiencing in life right now, any little thing, anything. And I mean, things that never really bothered me before eats at me like nobody's business. Like, why is that such a big issue? I don't know, but it's irritating out of me. So I'm trying to learn to kind of take a step back, breathe a little bit, walk away. Also I started doing some breathing exercises just on my own, just kind of like, just take some deep breaths.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm out in the yard counting to 10 or talking to myself. I'm sure my neighbors may be like, what is she doing?
Is she doing? Right.
Trying to calm myself or whatever. So it's okay. Whatever works for you, do it. Yep. And I will say this, why I will say this, I learned the hard way to stop reacting. A few weeks ago, did I mention this? I don't know. But a few weeks ago, I ran to go, run errands or whatever. And I'm like, I don't have time to do hair. Just throw on a hat. Let me do a quick check in the mirror and go. And when I looked, I'm like, wait, something's off. I'm like, why is one of my eyes red? Like, red.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what. Now this morning it was fine. Hadn't felt fine. It still felt fine. It's just that somehow a blood vessel burst, and it just kind of. So it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
No, I ain't even gonna say it. Michelle said it. You need to go sit down somewhere, just like that, as if she's somebody's grandma. I'm the older one, but she was right.
But it is what it is.
Right.
Now,
it
is what it is.
So, get away, get your little, staycations, getaway, vacations, whatever you have, rights, whatever you do, retail therapy, journaling.
Sit in your closet. Just make sure that you take care of you.
Right. Period. And it's okay to tell people, no, I was the world's worst with, I just don't want to rock the boat. I don't want any conflict, no confrontation, no conflict. So, all right, whatever. That lady dead. She gone.
How's that working for you?
She died. Rest her soul. Rest in peace. But she rose like a phoenix. Let me tell you, when I say no, I mean
Lord,
no.
She's rising like phoenixes.
Girl, she couldn't rise like Jesus because ain't but one Jesus, so it had to be a phoenix. Wait, what's the word? Where did you go? Ichota?
Yes, Ichota. We went to the Ichota.
Okay. Part of her getaway recently. And and we couldn't figure out, is it Ichota? Let's look.
Right.
All I saw was, I don't care how you pronounce it, but it was rising. It translates to rising of ashes. So,
smoke signals
to say no and not having to explain yourself or not having to, this is what you meant.
Exactly. Yep. Right. Well, I'm going to say the rising from the ashes are smoke signals. And we all know that somebody's people are native to this land. And if she would just embrace it, you just never know how high she could go. Just saying.
I'm just saying. Which is why, for some reason, I don't remember much anything, but I remember Ichota. Just saying.
Okay, yeah. Here we go. Just saying.
Just saying. But yeah, I don't know, ladies. You got to take a step back and take care of yourselves. Find a way. Find someone to talk to. There are times where you're like, okay, you're about to explode. Don't explode.
Don't give it to them. Don't do it to yourself, actually.
Another one, if you got to cut some people out, you got to take care of yourself first. And if there's any type of toxicity, any type of, I don't know, I don't want to say heartache, but anything that brings your vibe down, whatever.
Consistent negativity, consistent disappointment, consistent, all of that.
Cut it off. I don't care who it is. Cut it off. Cut it. Let them do. Release them to God. I did. It's fine, and I sleep well at night. I really do. It's like, okay, God, I can't handle it. I can't. I've tried. And God will just sit there. I'm not preaching, but He'll just sit there. You got it. All right. Let me see.
I'm
not gonna fight you on this. You said you got it. Do it then. Now,
let's see how that's gonna work for you.
And then what happens? Get my journal.
Right. And here, God, thoughts and prayers. Yeah,
okay. I'm sorry. I get it now. It's all to you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we could have did this a long time ago. But sometimes we have to, you know what? And the thing is, it's not even, it's us needing to go through that process, or we feel we need to go through this process, when sometimes we don't.
Right.
But I should be able to do this. I should be at this place by the time I get this age. I should be doing this. I have to do this. Okay.
We don't give ourselves enough grace when, like you said earlier, one of the episodes, when life is lifing. And the one thing about us women, we're natural, pretty nurturers. So if anybody that we love or anything around us, something is going on, we're always running to try to fix it, trying to soothe it, trying to make it better. And at the same time, we're pouring so much out to others and not getting anything poured back into us. We have nothing left. We have nothing left. And then it's like, now what do I do? And it's that weight, and I'm speaking from experience, that weight is so heavy. You can't continue. You can't. You gotta listen. You better find something, because while you're running around forever, listen, if you back up and let them do them, they'll figure it out.
Yep.
It'll be fine.
Where your other cup? But did you die?
Girl, but did you die? If anything, they'll be frustrated. They'll be upset. Some will start speaking to you. They'll be all right. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones that are, I don't want to say killing ourselves, but it's called stress.
You're carrying that weight that you don't have to.
You don't have to. So let it go. They'll be okay. If they get mad, let them be mad. Because at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself.
Yep. Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's all you got.
What they say now, what's another popular one? You can't pour into someone else's cup if your cup is empty. There she go. I should have, that would have been, if I had thought that through, I would have had my cup and my example and poured it, because some people are visual.
I think we should do this on a continuous basis, because I think there's so many women, even when you're speaking to, I've had conversations with strangers, just meeting them in the restaurants or in shopping or wherever, pumping gas, and just in small talk. It's not just us. It's a lot of women that are like, and you're laughing about it, but at the end of the day, I've walked out or, left the area, and I'm like, she knows exactly where I was coming from. I know exactly where she was coming from, even though we were making a joke about it, but it's not a funny situation. You get what I'm saying?
Because sometimes we take ourselves too seriously.
Right. We really do. And, and again, it's like we pour so much. It's just when I don't know, women, we're raised that way. It's like you're taught to early on, give them the baby dolls. And this is how you take care of the baby dolls. And of course don't get a puppy or something. Now that's your new baby. And you're coddling and you're making sure they're okay. And you remember being a kid and playing teacher. Like you line up all your stuffed animals and your dolls, and now I got to teach y'all. it's almost like we've been ingrained to do this, so we don't know how to shut it off.
Yep, because as a teacher, I have to take role. As a teacher, I have to check mark when someone is talking. As a teacher, I have to do all of these things to ensure that my class is okay. Then I have to come home and take care of my other dolls and make sure they're okay as well. So none of that. If you now thinking about it the way you saying it, there is nowhere in there that it shows you take care of you. Oh, I need to go to the spa, or I need to do whatever. None of that was in play. None of it.
It's always taking care of something. That's what we do. And it's just, I feel like part of it too is just the way we're wired. It's the way God created us, where we are. However, at the end of the day, the only thing I can keep saying is you can't pour into something or somebody else when you're not getting it poured back into you. So you have to find some sort of way to replenish. Not that you're going to continue pouring into people, but you got to replenish the stuff that you've already given out. You get what I'm saying? Right. So for me, that's the journey I'm on. It's like, I got to rebuild me. And there's days where it's easy. There's days where it's difficult. There's days when I'm confused. There's days where I'm questioning why. You know what I mean?
And then there's days where it's like, okay, everything is right. Everything is good. Right. Everything is great. Fantastic.
Yep. And then there's days I don't give a. Ooh. I don't care. Look off.
You'll be okay.
You'll be all right. It's fine. But ladies, just find what works for you. And it may be one of those things you have to try several different things and figure out. Just throw a bunch of balls in the air and see what sticks. Like for me, my new one is I'm going to try this acrylic painting. Jill already tried it years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It was different. It was quite different. I had a lot of paint, canvases, and okay, now what? So
now what I do.
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah. I'm YouTubing my butt. I got it. I have it figured. I got to figure it out, Michelle. What colors you want? I'm going to have my own. And here's the thing. This is how you combine it. This is how you combine this self-care. So you know how you have the sip and paint. I'm going to have my own private sip and paint. Join my own company with my own paint, my own whatever drink of choice, and my own canvases, and my own music, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. Hadn't done it yet because I'm scared. But okay.
Because it is, when you first started, I was like, I don't know. But I think the only thing with that was I thought it was a great idea. I still think it's a great idea once you keep doing it. But I was like, I don't want to have 50 canvases of something. It's like, I don't think I like this.
Right. So, and it's not cheap. So I'm like, I want to choose the right colors. I want it to look pretty, like all the stuff that I've seen on YouTube. And of course, when I try it, it's like, what were you trying to do? Why did you choose those colors?
What was your goal? What were you going for?
Yeah, I mean, it's always some artists will sit there and tell you a lie. What it's all about, what your vision is.
Yes.
Lady, man, you know this ugly.
Oh my God, let me tell y'all something. Okay. The first one I did was pink and black, and it had some gray in there. And I was like, that's a perfect company. And I sent my friend my pictures.
I tried
to be supportive.
I tried to be supportive.
Yes, I was about to say my friend was going to be supportive and be like, oh, okay, I see you. Now, if your friend or anybody ever says that they don't like it. They think it's the ugliest thing in the world, but they just don't want to tell you. Because if something does not, you really say that's pretty, or they don't say directly that's beautiful, or that's not, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like it. They were like, I can't tell her that though. I knew it was ugly, so I knew she was going to be like.
See, no, I had to sit off the tone of your voice. And I'm like, all right, I got to figure out.
You ain't got to base crap off no tone, off no voice. No, ma'am.
I tried. And then I'm like, that is awful. I don't know what you were trying.
But if you do want to try them, you can get you little canvases like from, because I didn't get mine from like a Dollar Tree or a dollar store or whatever they were. I didn't get mine from there. I went to Michael's, not knowing that I could have gotten like smaller ones. And that's what I should have done, gotten smaller ones to like play with them first. Yeah. That's not what I did. I'm just going
get you some. Go get you some. We can have a virtual sipping pour. That'll be fun. That'll be hilarious. Let me see what yours look like. Paint everywhere, giggles everywhere.
Okay. I gotta
What you
keep going.
doing, girl?
I got a blow dryer and let's see what happens.
Right. We should do it. We should make it a team. Yeah. Listen, we should have a day where
yeah, I got her mind going.
We got it. I'm telling you, we should do a virtual sip and pour. Just set up the camera. You already have your like I said, your drink and snacks of choice, your canvases and your colors.
Okay.
And let's just do it. And I can just imagine, like, girl, I know our conversation. Girl, I'm pouring.
Oh, we already know. We already know how that's going to go.
How this going to turn out. Girl, trust the process. I'm trying, but it ain't working. But let's see.
Mm-hmm. And then, guess what?
What?
We're going to do a bake and sip also. That is fantastic. That one is where it'll be. Y'all, if you really want to see Erica, yeah.
That's stressful. Remember I said it's okay to say no with no explanation.
Right? Like, I am not doing that. Yep.
Kind of like if we gonna move, we're gonna continue this. I think we should do this self-care thing more often.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
But this carries on to the end of this, kind of like her self-care. We know we have a movie review and all this good stuff, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And I should have just said no from the beginning when you wanted to go see Thunderbolts.
MG, I know I cannot. I knew that's where she was going when she said that. I knew that.
I should see learning to just say, okay, I got it.
So what's the name of the movie that we are going to be reviewing this month?
Shadow Force.
Thank you. Because last week I messed it up.
She did.
Or week before last, I said Star Force.
You did. But we know where you was going. Shadow Force. But it's better than Thunderbolts. But I have an idea. Okay. So what if we do a combination?
Combination of what?
So you wanted to see
okay, I see Thunderbolts and you see Shadow Force?
No.
I got excited.
Your break. See what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm listening this time.
She get on my nerves.
It don't matter.
Okay, no. So we both see Shadow Force. We both see that. You wanted to see Thunderbolt. Remember, we were thinking about this whole, Sinners is the new trending movie. And neither one of us is excited about seeing Sinners, except for now I am. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to know why. I need to know why.
So I'm not a big horror movie person, and I don't really I don't play or dabble with any type of good versus evil, angels versus demons, that kind of thing. However, there is a true story where blues singer, and I can't remember his name, but they're saying it's loosely based off of that story. And this guy back in the 1920s, oh my God, I can't think of his name. But anyway, we'll put it in the description. But he was a blues musician, and he was great at it. It was like he was a phenom, doing things that most normal other polished musicians do. And he wanted it so bad, and literally, I want the fame, I want it. And somehow the folklore is he sold his soul to the devil in order to do that, to get it. And yes, he had some success, but it was short-lived. He ended up dying at the age of 27. Oh, wow. But he was this phenomenal guitar player, musician that never really rose to where he could have been, but that's the folklore. So because of that, now I'm interested to see, could it be based off of that? And maybe there's more information. So that's the only reason why.
Have fun with that.
I mean, be trained up and everything. I'm just saying, cover me, Jesus. But no, before I go in there, but yeah, we should try it.
Oh, okay, well, have fun with that.
So what are we talking about next week?
We are going to be doing movie reviews because Shadow Force comes out and we need to talk about it. Yep. But what we need to talk about is who's in Shadow Force. Guess who's in it that we haven't seen? METHOD man, METHOD man, Method Man. If for no other reason, look at her cup. Oh my God, I'm done. Method Man. Okay, yes, you have Kerry Washington as a draw. Yay, that's great. And then you have Omar Sy. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. That's great.
Yeah, but your voice is just your tone has the excitement. I'm just feeding off of you.
Method Man.
That's not his government name.
Okay, whatever you want to call him. I don't care. For the draw for the ladies of a certain era, it's METHOD man. Okay? You're all
Okay.
I need to get by. Are you serious now? Excuse me. Thank you. Just saying.
Okay.
So guess
Okay.
who will be seeing Shadow Force first thing when it comes out?
Who?
She will.
Who? She who? You.
She is
We
in me.
know.
Just saying.
We know. Well, I can't wait. It looks interesting. It has the cast looks amazing. These are amazing actors. So putting them together should be a great, hopefully a great movie.
Okay.
You should go see Thunderbolts. This was your
And now,
first.
if you don't get out of my brain cell, get off of my frequency,
Man,
please. Because I was about to say, well, you know what? I might still go see, and we could do that. I think that would be a good idea because you're not into Thunderbolts. That's that whole self-care thing. Just because you're not into that one and I'm not into that one, that does not mean you still can't do it on your own. And we can actually chit chat about it.
Yep. I think we should do it. So yeah, if you handle, check out Thunderbolts, I'll check out Sinners. We'll both check out Shadow Force, and we'll give our individual reviews on both Thunderbolts and Sinners, and then our collective review on Shadow Force. Sounds like a plan to me. Kind of like y'all. She sent me, and we're gonna end on this one. When she was on her self-care trip to Ichota.
No, we can't. On our way back, we stopped by the Georgia Historic Parks, and it's the new Ichota Park.
Okay. Well, she sends me a picture of the monument, which I was like, oh, okay, where is she? Because, I want to know information. And then she sends me the plaque, and I'm reading it, and I get through one sentence, and then I get to a word of confluence. And I'm like, wait. Okay, keep reading, because if you keep reading, I learned in school years and years and years ago, if you keep reading, if you don't understand the word, if you read it in a sentence, you can pretty much know what it means. Yeah. I know what influence is. I know what affluent is. I know what affluence is. Now I got to break the word down. The prefix is con, like a con artist. So you're fluent.
I can't.
You're influence.
You know what?
Together there's an influence. Don't send me this. She know.
So of course you already know I get gifts that are like, I'm getting killed or something ridiculous. I'm just sending you a plaque of the information that I saw today. And that's it. I didn't even send her all the stuff that I could have because I didn't take all the pictures that I normally would have because I'm trying to, like, okay, you don't need to take all these pictures. You can just look, read, take it in for yourself, and keep it going.
Do your self-care. Because my self-care, don't send me stuff that, first of all, I got to figure out, what does this mean in order to keep me. Now you're stressing me out. See what I mean? And on that note, I'm done. She's stressing me out. All right, that's it. Nope, bye. See y'all next week. See y'all.
Have a wonderful evening, weekend, day, and all the other stuff, ladies. Bye.
Bye.
Baby, tell me to go.